Hi Virgos, this is going to be your reading for January 2026. I can't believe it's the new year already. It's kind of crazy. Crept up very, very fast. At least for me it did, Virgo. If this is your first time watching my readings, how I do my readings is I'll start with the Angel Oracle Guide here. I'll move on to Traditional Tarot and then back to Oracle at the end. If I pause at any moment, it's just because I'm trying to feel the energy that I'm feeling. So I appreciate your patience there. Also, I should say that these are general readings, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. Sometimes if it's not resonating, I like to watch my moon or rising sign, because it might be in that energy as well. Let's get started. Your message for this month is compassion. Your angels are wrapping a light of compassion around you at this time and guiding you to let go of conflict or the need to prove your point. The more you resist and fight, the unhappier and more drained you'll be. Pointing out mistakes or mishaps or concentrating on the negative traits of actions of others will only hold you back. Do not let the unjust actions of others block your experience of joy and freedom. Take time to review in your life where you may be feeling held back or even consumed by frustration and anger, and ask your angels to shine their light upon the situation. Changing how you see yourself will help change how others see you. Angels are surrounding you at this time and encouraging you to see yourself through their loving and holy eyes. All the ups and downs that you have faced, all the insecurities that you have overcome, and all the setbacks that you have moved beyond are testaments to your resilience and strength. So have compassion and respect for yourself. Angel Wisdom is encouraging you to love and treat yourself the way you would want to be loved and treated by others. Then your own actions will be mirrored back to you by those around you. So ask your angel guide to help you be more compassionate towards yourself now. I mean, what a perfect card to get for Virgos, you know? How can we be more compassionate towards ourselves? Tons of Virgo placements here, and it's hard. I mean, it's hard living in our head, Virgo. We kind of always just nitpick, and we always kind of look for, you know, what we could be changing, what we could be doing better, and how much we've kind of been through, how much we've evolved, how much we've worked on. It can never seem enough sometimes, and I think we kind of really need, especially as a sign for ourselves, to really be able to kind of flow into different states, flow into, you know, maybe water states, you know, being more compassionate, being more heartfelt, and kind of get out of our own way there a little bit. That's just some wisdom as I'm talking about our emotions. There pops out, you know, water state, there goes the King of Cups. That's just a Virgo to Virgo kind of saying that, but give me a minute just to kind of pull these cards here and see what we got. Okay, we'll just start there. For Virgos, please. Feeling a lot in your energy right now, Virgos, to be honest, for January. There's this sense of overwhelmed, which I am feeling, kind of because I feel like our hands are in kind of a lot of different pockets right now. It feels like it's like there's this scenario, and it feels almost like things you're kind of trying to grab onto things in so many different pockets here, Virgo. It's kind of becoming overwhelming for you in a way. And it feels like we actually have to move into just something simpler. Thinking we have to get it all figured out, finish the equation, get the answer, and get it done now. But this is not kind of the energy that I'm feeling in this. I feel like there's a lot of the universe wanting to kind of step in here and help you. And reassurance from them that they also have your back. But I just see a lot of energy of kind of confusion and being like, I don't know, I don't know what the equation is. And they're showing me this kind of like math equation and you trying to like figure it out and have it all figured out now in January. But it feels like, again, now is not the time. It feels like a little bit more of faith. It feels like a little bit more of, it will have its time in this energy that I'm feeling for you here. Enjoy. They want you to enjoy. There's something about joy and enjoying in this reading here for you here as well. See if there's anything else I can grab before I go into the cards. Yeah, it just kind of feels like the sense of bringing it in, like taking your hands out of those pots and be like, those will get figured out. I will figure these out. That will get figured out. It's all in good time, because I just feel this kind of scattered energy around you right now. I have the King of Cups in your main energy. And in this card, it's a little different than the classic tarot deck where he's holding two cups. I always see this as like a balance of emotions, really understanding and mastery of emotions. And I think a lot of people think, mastering our emotions means that everything is good. We're always happy. But that's not what it means at all. It means able to take the good and take the bad as we see bad emotion and be able to have a balance in it, to have a kind of stability, which either way this kind of, scale will turn. Will be, especially if things are, not going the best for you. How can you be more neutral? How can you be like, I understand this is happening for me here. I'm strong enough to process these emotions. I'm strong enough to go through this. When things are good, how do we enjoy that joy? Right? And I feel like this month for you is really proving to yourself how much of a master of your emotions maybe this year you've become, or you're able to be entrusting in that in yourself, especially when there's a lot of unknowns, because I'm feeling like there's a lot of unknowns that are kind of putting us on this road of not knowing where to go. We're feeling at a crossroads moment here. I have the King of Pentacles in reversed. I have the Star card in reversed. I have the 10 of Cups in reversed here. There might be something about a specific job here for yourself, or maybe some kind of like stockpile of money that you are kind of worried about, that you're losing hope on. Might be with your family involved in this too, maybe even providing for your family, there might be something with a job where you're being taken away from your family and you're just like, want kind of some more time. But it just feels like here that something is not working out in the finances and your family, or maybe you're feeling those are the kind of two crossroads right now for yourself. Maybe you're just like, I want another job, but I need this job to support my family here, or vice versa. It's like, I need I need to support my family, so I can't work this kind of dream job that I have. And I feel like that's where this kind of push-pull is for you here. Again, I feel like things will be figured out for you here. They do say that you do need a plan, but you don't have to have it all figured out right now. And I think that's the most important part about this reading. I feel like it's just the energy for you where you're trying to have it all figured out right now, but it's not the time. I feel like there's more to come for you. Even if you're in this Two of Swords space, you can sit there for a bit. You can contemplate one side, you can contemplate the other side. You don't have to know exactly what you're doing at this current time with this Two of Swords. And I feel like the universe has got your back in this. With the Four of Cups in reverse, the universe is trying to bring you in signs that are saying, hey, it's okay, we got your back. Trust me, we hear you, we see you, we feel you. And I think that's the kind of most important part, is where that kind of faith is coming in for yourself here. It's like, it feels like this energy for you in the last little while has been very intense. Just give yourself some compassion. Be like, I don't need to have it all figured out right now. I don't need to, find the right answer, to feel good, to feel okay, to feel emotionally content, because that's coming in for me here. And that's with patience, that's with trust, and that's with faith here that's popping in for you. Especially with this Four of Cups in reverse, you're seeing the signs from the universe. The amount of angel signs I've seen during this transition, during what I'm going going through right now as Virgo to Virgo is insane. So, and they're usually saying the same things is when I'm thinking the same things. So watch for that. Watch for the signs, watch for the symbols right now. If you need it, if you're like, hey, I'm really struggling today, I feel very, discombobulated, I feel very much, in my head and stressed and anxiety, ask for those signs. Be like, hey, please show me this, show me that. Please show me, this correlation of numbers. You can ask for that stuff here as well. But I just get this energy from the universe that they're like, hey, I got you. I know it doesn't feel like it right now because there's questions, about our emotional state. There's questions about our finances. There may be questions about career here as well because I have the King of Wands in the reverse. But it just feels like we're not really in our flow state right now with this King of Wands in reverse, and we need a plan of action to get us back into this flow state where our talents are being utilized. And some of you might even feel like, hey, my talents aren't being utilized the way that I want them to. Maybe you're like, I have more to offer, and maybe it's, keeping you down or keeping you frustrated. But the Queen of Swords is all about this kind of plan. It's all about this kind of game of chess. And I always see the swords. And if you watched my reading before, as you can see, she's kind of sitting on the checkerboard in a way. It's not a full checkerboard. I don't know if you can see that, but it is in the checkered pattern. And I feel that. I feel like it's a game of chess is what this is kind of all about. But the game of chess, yes, you maybe think this is the path, this is where I'm going, but you're doing it play by play. You're doing it by what the other person is doing here as well. So I feel like it's like being assertive enough to be like, okay, this is my next move. I don't know what the rest of the moves are going to be, but this is my next move. And that's the kind of plan of action. Not being like, start and finish, or like start, middle, finish, done. That's my plan, sticking to it. But it's more being able to kind of scope and be like, okay, where, I'm not feeling as creative as I want to be. I'm not feeling like my talents are being utilized the way that I want my talents to be utilized. So what can I do here? What can I do today? Maybe I'll be a little bit creative today. Maybe I'll draw a picture. Maybe I'll just get that kind of creative juice flowing. Maybe I'll rest. Maybe I'll meditate and dream. And I feel like it's just adding that little element to your life here, because it feels like the plate is full, the plate is spilling over, but how do we kind of keep it more contained, right? How do we feel like we are kind of making progress without overwhelming ourselves? The World card in reverse, energy of maybe there's something stopping you from, exploring the world, or this is just saying that something is not coming to a full circle or an ending yet. With this World card, which is good because I feel like there's like unfinished business for you here, Virgo, and you're just like, I'm going to start working on that. There's something here that's like unfinished, and it's okay that it is unfinished here. You have time to bring this to a close here, and I'm not really stressed out about that for you. We have the Nine of Swords popping out, and we have the Three of Cups. And that's where I'm feeling this joy. Like, just joy. Enjoy yourself. Go out with friends. Socialize. Celebrate. I feel like your kind of anxiety, your overthinking is keeping you up at night. And I feel like just finding joy will be so much better for you here and be very helpful. So if there's a social gathering and you're just like, I don't know if I should go, I'm so in my head right now about these things, go. Trust me, it's going to help relieve some of your stress. Find joy. Find that joy and happiness in life here. I know there's a lot on your plate right now, but it's more about finding that joy, enjoying it, and I feel like things will come in through that way for you here. Because right now we're just so stuck in holding on with this Four of Pentacles to what we think is right, to what we think we kind of have to do here, that it feels like almost like holding on a little bit too tightly, right? We're holding on too tightly to our plan. We're like, I don't know. Also with money-wise, you're like, I don't know if I really want to spend money right now. Understandable. I'm not saying like go max out your credit cards, but give a little leeway. If you're like, that will bring me joy, even if it's like a $10 movie and you're like, that will bring me joy, then do it. Spend a little bit of money right now for yourself, so you're not just kind of in this bubble of I have to do this, I have to responsibility. Find the heartfelt, find the joy this month of January for you here. I have the Knight of Wands coming out sideways, which kind of means choice involved. So let me just see what this Knight of Wands here. Cards come out another sideways, choices. Oh, okay. So I have the Knight of Wands here, the Six of Wands coming out sideways. This is victory, and it's about choosing victory over this. Knight of Wands can be represented in you, which is just your creative energy, maybe a new spurt of energy. Usually it's someone coming in here as well. So there might be someone coming in to ask you out on a date. Maybe it's also someone here, if you're in a relationship, it's just someone to help you out creatively. Maybe it's just some exciting energy here of someone just being excitable and good for you here. Again, it can go either way. So I feel like it's like accepting of this person's energy or not accepting of this person's energy, but it can be victorious or not. And you're like, well, that doesn't help me here as well, right? It doesn't help me if I have to make the choice. But I feel like you'll be like, you know, feel in your own situation, your own gut, your intuition, if this person is right for you, if this is, you know, the right call for you, because I just feel like there could be a major victory here, but there's something holding us back a little bit. The Queen of Cups in reverse is my compassion card, and it's funny we have compassion coming out here as well, because when it's in the reverse, it's like we're not giving ourselves that love, we're not giving ourselves the compassion here, or maybe compassion in this kind of situation. So that's where they're asking you to bring it in. And the Queen of Cups for me is a mother and a newborn baby, and she's holding that cup and she's staring at it so intently, giving it so much love and joy. The sun is rising, right, from behind it, because it is just this like happiness, it is this joy, it's this compassion. And she's like, I've never seen someone look at something more lovingly than this woman looks at her cup. And this is why I say it's like a mother and a newborn baby. So when it's in reverse, it's like we're not giving ourselves that sunshine. We're not giving ourselves that love here. Or maybe we might be holding that back from someone else here because we're scared. We do have the Page of Swords in reversed. So, you know, be open, it feels like, this month of January for you. You know, be like, hey, yeah, like, I love what you do. I'd love to you know, collaborate with you, or even if it's just like a comment, or maybe it's you asking someone out here, Virgo, but being forward here with someone. I feel like that's going to be all very helpful for you, because right now it's like us withdrawing that energy, especially within ourselves, because we're not feeling maybe good enough, or we're deserving of compassion or care or love here. So make sure we're kind of vocalizing that. It does feel like it could be someone else's energy, someone maybe that has a crush on you, they're not really saying anything to you right now, but make sure it's like doesn't matter what they're going to do, just in your energy. Make sure you're feeling and feeding that love in for yourself, because I feel like that's always the best way to not get into negative situations, or situations where maybe someone's trying to use your energy. I'll say that. The Page of Swords is someone is kind of not coming to talk here. It also could be a water sign for you. Maybe you're hoping a water sign is coming through to talk to you, but I feel like, again, there's no communication there with that. Someone's holding back communication. Definitely cycle's not ending. You got the World and Death card. You know, it's like, what's causing you pain right now? You know, what are you not allowing to end in your life? And this might be a weird kind of, it might be weird to say out loud, but it's like, what suffering are we not allowing ourselves to end or move away from? And that's why I think there's something interesting here in that. It's like, this pain that's falling out here, and that's feeling with this Death card in the cycle, we're kind of comfortable in it now. We kind of want to live in it now. It feels familiar to us, it feels like. And that's not really a good energy to kind of carry with us. Yes, sometimes we're definitely in that, you know, we're definitely in that pain. This might be even someone's death that, you know, we're holding a lot of pain from still. That's totally understandable. I'm here with you, especially if that is the case. But we can't carry it with us always, you know. And I feel like this reading is kind of like, find the joy again. Even if it's for yourself, find that joy. Find the new seeds, the new things you want to do, that what you want to plant here for the next, you know, maybe a year, for the next 2 years, for the next 3 years. And look forward to that. It's like, what do I want to bring in? What do I want to do here for myself? Because again, it feels like this pain is kind of blocking a little bit of our joy. It's something where we're just like, oh, we can't really have fun anymore. We're not allowed to do this. Be a bit of a rule breaker this month of January for yourself. Be like, well, you know what? I'm going to do this. Why not? I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to enjoy these events. I'm going to, you know, feel vulnerable, and that's totally okay. Ace of Swords, it'll be this mental clarity for you this whole time. You're going to have this aha moment in January, and I feel like it's a lot of where you were maybe holding yourself back, Virgo, or this energy of being like, oh, no, I can enjoy my life. No, I don't need this. I don't need to bring this in with me through the rest of my journey here. That's okay. I don't need to figure this all out right now. I can just enjoy. I can just be. I can be present. And I think that's kind of this reading here for you in January. It's just be present. You don't need to have it all figured out yet. Your commitment is being tested, and I think it has been tested, but it feels like a commitment to change for you, Virgo. Commitment to changing, loving yourself, honoring yourself, being one with your emotions, feeling you're strong enough here. And that's why it feels like all this is kind of happening at one time, because it feels like the universe wants to be like, no, maybe this, maybe this is happening in my finances, this is happening in my family, but whatever, I'm going to still find the joy. I'm going to still appreciate it. I'm going to still vibrate high here. I'm not going to let it consume me. Wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. And this is why I say don't go to the end of the equation yet, because it's not figured out yet. And that's kind of the important part about this card. It's like, you don't need to have it all figured out right now. Okay, it's step by step. It's chess piece by chess piece right now. In our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world where an instant response is often expected, at times even a currency, it can feel impossible to take a breath, let alone give yourself space to rest, wait, and reset. We are often in overdrive and expecting instantaneous results over and over again. And when guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, right? We talked about getting to the end of the equation. It can feel as though something's gone wrong. But often not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it often means wait. It is not yet time. The details are being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting when on the surface it appears that nothing is happening. And that's what we talked about in the beginning of the reading here, right? We're losing hope because we're like, everything's kind of going wrong here. There's a lot on the plate. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring does always come. And to remember that you don't need to solve all the world's problems in a single day. That is what we're talking about. And perhaps they're better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. This card is your permission to slip, to slow down, to switch off, to rest. You're being reminded to have the patience and to trust the mystery of life, to trust that things are being woven on your behalf. It may not happen on the timeline that you would like, but if you gather up enough patience, it will be orchestrated better than you could ever imagine. How can you slow down, be more patient, and wait? And that's the message here, Virgo, in January. It's like you're overcomplicating it. It's really quite simple. Find your joy this month, and things are just going to fall into place for you.